Welcome to Every Single Guitars, where the goal is to review every single guitar ever made. Sounds ambitious, but who knows, that might be possible. Today, I have a 1991 Fender American Standard Telecaster. I've owned a handful of Telecasters in the past. I have one right now. I have another American Standard. It's a 2002. This is the first American Standard Telecaster that I've owned from the 90s and early 90s, 91. In fact, the reason why I got this guitar, why I bought this guitar, was because my main guitar, which is a 93 Strat, a 93 Fender American Stratocaster, like that guitar I just bought just to see like what an like official Stratocaster is, like an official like standard American Strat. My intention was never to keep it for long term, but just to play it and then probably resell. But the 93 American Standard that I had, or that I still have, like I enjoyed it so much that like I don't think I'm gonna sell that guitar. That is my main guitar. So I was curious, you know, since my 93 Strat was so good, I was curious like what a 91 Tele American Standard is like. I am not disappointed. I am not disappointed at all. So this guitar is all stock, no modifications done. The knobs are original, the tuners are original Fender tuners. One string tree, which is common, or I think the earlier American Standards have the one string tree. My 93 Strat has two string trees though. Pickups are all original, electronics are all original, the bridge is all original. Yeah, nothing looks modified in this guitar, including the back plate and also the I don't know what you call this, the strap holder things, the strap locks. You know, purely from a first impression standpoint, like when I first got this guitar, I always look at the weight. You know, how does it feel in your hands? Like, is it a really heavy guitar? Is it like extremely light? This, I say, is like in the middle. It's not too light, not too heavy. It's like a good weight for a guitar. I prefer a little bit heavier guitars because, you know, even though it might be a little bit more uncomfortable to like hold because, you know, the weight dragging you down. For me personally, I feel like if a guitar has more weight, it just feels like a more quality like piece of wood. But, you know, that may be different depending on, you know, what kind of person you are. First impression, like, dude, this guitar is older than me. This is like over 25 years old, but it's still, dude, it feels fucking solid. It's like a very excellent, well-made guitar. The owner that I bought it from was a retired musician, and he told me he's gigged around with it for a couple years, and you can clearly see that the guitar is worn, but it doesn't look like destroyed. You can just see that, you know, it's been played. And I prefer guitars that have a little bit of worn look to them. I don't like guitars that just look brand new, because it just feels like you bought an instrument, dude. Like, a guitar is built to be played, you know? And if you have like a vintage guitar, like a vintage, like 20-plus-year-old guitar that's like brand new, it's just, to me, it just feels kind of weird. Like, you play an instrument to play it, or you buy an instrument to play, you know? But this one, you can clearly tell that it's been played. There's a decent amount of things, like superficial wear. There's like a little chip on the headstock. I don't know if it's like a chip, but it's like a wood, like with the wearing of the wood. The tuners have like it's not rust, but it's like a little bit of like oxidation. The fretboard is pretty good. The frets still have a lot of life. I say like a good 80%. Like, there's like no fret wear actually, or it's not. I can't really see it. It's not like, oh, yo, this needs to get new frets. Like, it's good condition. The neck, I also really like this neck. It's really comfortable. It's like it's not, I feel like this is like a modern C, but it's like on the slimmer end. Not too slim where it's like you're playing a Squire. I had a 62 Fender Telecaster reissue, and dude, that guitar was so beautiful. Like, from an aesthetic standpoint, like surf green, rosewood neck, it was so nice. But dude, the neck was just so thin. I have big hands, and it just felt like I was holding like like $100 Squire. That's just, and I just couldn't bond with it, so I sold, or I traded it. But this neck is on the slimmer side, but it's like a good balance between like fat and like too slim to the point where it just feels like a cheap guitar. But this neck is really nice. The back, since it's been played, you can feel a little bit of wear, or not wear, but you know, like on the back of the neck, you can kind of feel the it's like kind of like fingerprint, like fingernail, like indentations. Like when when people play the guitar, like they kind of like do this on the back of the neck, so there's like imprints. So if you go like this to the back, if you feel it, it's like not smooth, but dude, to be honest, like I like this feeling. It feels kind of cool. You know, it just feels like you're playing a used guitar, like a guitar that's been loved, you know. You know, from a structural standpoint, like dude, like this is a fucking quality piece of instrument. Like I can see, like if this is called the American Standard, like which it is, then you know, I can understand why Fender would release this as like the base model of the Tele. Like dude, this is such a fucking solid guitar, and if other companies try to copy this, like yo, they gotta put in a lot of work to match this workmanship, because it's a very good guitar. It's a good quality guitar. In terms of sound, dude, this guitar sounds pretty fucking good. Stock electronics. I was kind of curious when I bought this, because like I said, I have a 2002 Fender American Standard Telecaster. Same model, just a later year, 10 years older. Rosewood neck, just a different body color. Dude, but it sounds different. I feel like for this switch, the neck, dude, I can never get it right. The neck, middle, and then the bridge. So for the neck pickup, I think this is the best neck pickup I've played on a Tele. Out of all the Teles I've played, usually I'm really big a bridge guy. I really love the this side of the selector. I don't know, like I think this is 1, 2, 3, but dude, this bridge or this neck pickup it sounds really like full. It's good for blues. I'm a really big blues guy. If you like playing like John Mayer stuff, like Clapton, like dude, this bridge it sounds very nice. For rock, the bridge pickup is usually the preferred selector, I believe. Rock is pretty good too, but I would gear this more towards like a blues end, because dude, like when I played around with this, I played like a decent amount, like I'd say like a couple hours. The neck pickup was the one that I use like 80% of the time, because it just sounded so good. And I play like mainly on a clean channel. I don't really use too much effects. I don't have any pedals or anything, but clean, the neck, yo, excellent. Sounds very nice. To rate this guitar, if I had to give it a rating just from a quality standpoint of the condition right now, I'd say this is like I give this like a 6.8, like a 6.8 or 7, because it's kind of worn, because it's been played live, it's been played by a musician. But I prefer, like I said, like a guitar that looks like it's been played a bit, just gives it a lot more character, you know. In terms of tone, dude, this is like a 8.5. Like dude, it sounds so good. Obviously I don't have a amp plugged in, I can't really show you the tones, but if you're buying a 91 American Standard Telecaster, you will not be disappointed by the tone. That's for sure. I don't know if different 91 Teles, American Standard Teles may be made differently. I don't think that's the case, but for this particular guitar, this 1991 Fender American Standard Tele, this is a quality fucking guitar. I like this guitar a lot. Very good guitar.